I watched my dry bar set, and people have given me decent reviews on it. But personally, and I don't like to say it, but I hated it, and I've never liked it because I yelled the entire time. Halfway through it, I stopped it, and I was watching. I'll never forget, and I go, I can't watch. I mean, it was me. And I go, I can't watch this guy yell for another 30 minutes. I mean, he's got to talk to me for a second. And it changed my career because in that moment, I learned that I needed peaks and valleys. And peaks and valleys not only made my comedy, easier to digest, it made my jokes land harder because the build started to happen. And so now I go way up here, but I come way down here. And then I'll go way back up here, and that is how you get away with yelling, because yelling and that energy and who I am, that's a real build. I have that natural build in real life. Like talking about food or a ball game, it starts right here, and then I go, and I'm blessed with that, and I thank the good Lord, because that natural build plays on stage. But the peaks and valleys is what you can't yell for an hour. It's just not sustainable. It's not fun, and that was a hard lesson, that I had to learn.
So will you pick almost kind of like an emotional arc or like a story arc in like movies or whatever with like your bit? Or are you like, okay, I'm going to start here and then build up to this arc of me going way up here? Are you like mindful with your bits about starting them there to then build them, or
I just feel
intentional?
That.
You feel it. Okay.
Yeah. It's not intentional. When I'm writing, I'm not thinking about the build. And when I'm talking on stage and I'm feeling the room and I'm speaking, that build starts to happen, and then I naturally find it in there. And I think that that's important. I don't write every word in a joke or a bit until I'm completely done with it. I start off with the idea and then take it to stage and let my brain and the audience and me figure it out. Nothing gets put completely on paper, because once you write it all down word for word, Joel, you're locking it in. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to lock it in before I've worked it and felt it and rubbed its shoulders a little bit. When you look in my notebook, if you see things that are written down, you'll see some premises, you'll see some ideas, but the ones that are 2 or 3 pages are finished jokes and bits. Okay. Because I have realized that's it. That doesn't mean we won't tweak something and add a tag, but this is it. I like this right here, and we found this, and I like this. But I think the point that I'm trying to make is that it makes the delivery much more natural when you're finding the bit to find it on stage than with your pen or your pencil, because when you're writing it, sometimes you don't realize it kind of comes through that way. But when I find it through conversation, here's my premise, here's what I want to talk about, let me roll it on stage 3 or 4 times, then I feel like the flow feels more natural. And when I put it on paper, I'm writing it with that natural flow that I found, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm trying to like get unattached to the page as much and not go like verbatim, word for word, here's how the joke works, because it does come off robotic. And as I am developing this new kid material, and I do catch myself like getting stuck to the page. And even last night I was like, I have these 3 premises around kids I want to try, but like the first one was all right, and then I kind of bailed. Like, if it starts to not work, you won't lean in. But I feel like if you're just feeling it out, then you may be more willing to lean into that discomfort, because you're not like, I got to get to the next word, but it's more like, okay, there's something happening here. Let me lean into it a little bit more.
Yeah. Okay. 100%. And I think finding it that way makes a difference in how it flows on stage.
So if I bomb tonight, I'll just be like, I go there.
Yeah.